and welcome to Arise. In today's video, we're talking about something that might sound a little intimidating, but is one of the most powerful tools for self-growth. Solitude. Yes, spending time alone. In a world that's constantly buzzing with notifications, conversations, and responsibilities, solitude often gets overlooked, or worse, misinterpreted as loneliness. But solitude is far from loneliness. It's a chance to recharge, reconnect with yourself, and uncover the clarity you might be missing in the chaos. Today, I'll walk you through why spending time alone is not just beneficial, but necessary. We'll dive into its emotional, mental, and even spiritual benefits. And of course, I'll share some personal stories about how embracing solitude has changed my life. Solitude allows you to know yourself better. Let's start with this simple but powerful truth. You can't truly know yourself if you're always surrounded by noise. When I was in my first year of university, I struggled a lot with identity. I was constantly influenced by what others wanted me to do or be, and I rarely had time to sit and ask myself, what do I want? I'll never forget one evening when I decided to take a solo walk in a quiet park. With no music, no company, just my thoughts, I realized I had been living according to other people's expectations. That walk sparked a change. When you spend time alone, you create space to reflect. You can ask yourself questions like, what do I truly value? What are my goals? Who am I when nobody else is watching? Solitude gives you the freedom to answer these questions without outside influence. It's in those quiet moments that you discover what truly makes you happy and fulfilled. Solitude boosts creativity and productivity. Have you ever noticed how your best ideas seem to come when you're alone? Maybe in the shower or on a long drive? That's no coincidence. Solitude unlocks creativity because it gives your mind the freedom to wander and explore. For me, this happened when I was working on a big project. I'd spent days brainstorming in group meetings, but nothing clicked. One evening, I decided to turn everything off. No phone, no distractions, and just sit with my thoughts. Within an hour, the ideas started flowing. That project ended up being one of my proudest achievements. When you're alone, you can focus deeply on tasks without interruptions. Solitude sharpens your concentration and helps you work more efficiently. If you're feeling stuck or uninspired, try carving out alone time to reset. Solitude strengthens emotional resilience. One of the biggest misconceptions about solitude is that it's lonely or isolating. But the truth is, solitude teaches you how to be comfortable in your own company. And that's one of the most empowering skills you can develop. I remember a time when I was going through a rough patch. Instead of distracting myself with social events or endless scrolling on my phone, I chose to sit with my feelings. At first, it was uncomfortable, but over time, I realized that processing my emotions alone allowed me to heal faster. It was like giving myself permission to feel without judgment. Solitude helps you build emotional resilience because it forces you to confront and understand your emotions. Instead of relying on external validation or distractions, you learn to validate yourself. Solitude improves decision-making. How often do you second-guess decisions because you're worried about what others might think? When you're constantly surrounded by opinions, it's easy to lose sight of your own voice. Spending time alone helps you tune out the noise and focus on what you truly want. I experienced this when I had to make a major life decision, whether to switch career paths. Everyone around me had an opinion, and it became overwhelming. So, I took a weekend to myself. I journaled, reflected, and listened to my intuition. By the end of that weekend, I was confident in my choice because it came from within, not from external pressure. Alone time allows you to think critically and weigh your options without being swayed by others. It helps you trust your instincts and make decisions that align with your values. Solitude promotes inner peace. In today's fast-paced world, solitude is like hitting the pause button. It's a chance to step away from the chaos and find calm within yourself. One of my favorite ways to embrace solitude is through mindful activities, like taking a walk in nature, meditating, or even sipping tea in silence. These moments remind me that life doesn't always have to be about doing. It can also be about being. When you spend time alone, you give yourself the gift of peace. You can breathe, recharge, and let go of stress. It's in these quiet moments that you reconnect with your inner self and find balance. Solitude builds self-reliance. Here's a powerful truth. The more comfortable you are with being alone, the less you'll rely on others for happiness or validation. There was a time when I couldn't even imagine eating at a restaurant by myself. I worried about what people would think or whether I'd look lonely. But one day, I challenged myself to do it. I went to my favorite cafe, ordered a meal, and just enjoyed my own company. To my surprise, it felt liberating. Spending time alone teaches you that you are enough. You don't need constant validation or companionship to feel worthy. It's a reminder that your happiness comes from within, not from external sources. How to embrace solitude in your life? If you're new to the idea of solitude, it can feel daunting. But starting small makes all the difference. Here are some simple ways to incorporate alone time into your routine. 1. Schedule me time. Set aside 15 to 30 minutes each day for yourself. Use this time to journal, meditate, or simply relax. 2. Disconnect from technology. Turn off your phone and enjoy the silence. Let your mind wander without distractions. 3. Explore solo activities. Go for a walk, visit a museum, or try a new hobby on your own. Practice mindfulness. Use solitude as an opportunity to focus on the present moment and reconnect with yourself. Remember, solitude doesn't have to be complicated. It's about creating space for yourself in a world that's constantly pulling you in different directions. The power of solitude lies in its ability to reconnect you with your true self. It's a chance to pause, reflect, and grow in ways that aren't possible when you're always surrounded by others. In my own life, embracing solitude has been transformative. It's helped me discover my strengths, build resilience, and find clarity in the midst of chaos. I've learned that being alone doesn't mean being lonely. It means choosing to prioritize myself. So, if you've been hesitant to spend time alone, I encourage you to give it a try. Start small, be patient with yourself, and remember that solitude is a gift you give to yourself. Thank you for watching, and if this message resonated with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to her rise. Let's continue this journey of growth and empowerment together. You've got this. Take time for yourself. You're worth it.